No, he doesn't. The siren sounds in the background, so unfortunately, Hegedus couldn't get the ball back in play in time. So the North Queensland Tropical Cyclones will take on the Hunter Western Hornets in the Men's Open decider later on this afternoon. Well done to
Big Nick.
The Cyclones. The coach, Big Nick.
Oh,
mate, you love him.
Guy, champion bloke, absolute champion, gentleman.
So that is the decider. You can see there, shaking hands, the Cyclones take down the Swans, and they will meet the Hunter Western Hornets in the Men's Opens decider later on this afternoon. What a great finish in the Men's Opens division.
Yeah, 2 great games.
1 try in it here on field 1. Over there on field 2, a drop-off. I can't wait for the Men's Opens decider,
It should be a good final. Looking forward to it.
So thanks for sticking around with us for that extra part of the innings. We will come back to you with our next match, which is the Men's 45s final, I believe, between the South Queensland Sharks and the Sydney Scorpions.
Perhaps it was the long sunny days, or a way for different cultures to connect. But the idea of getting out there and having a crack has always brought out the best in Australians. We became known as a great sporting nation. Then, something changed. We became spectators instead of participants, so busy looking at our screens that we stopped looking after ourselves. It's not healthy. Right now, we need to start moving again as though our lives depend on it. Let's move our activity levels from barely there to bursting with life. Let's target at least 30 minutes of heart rate raising physical activity a day. Because if we don't move it, we lose it. Search Find Your 30.
And apologies there. We're back here at the beautiful Coffs Harbour CX Stadium for the men's 45s grand final. My name's Luke Heckendorf. I'll be your commentator for this match. Adam's just earned a well-earned break, and he's jumped out for this game. So we'll jump back in to the action with just under 3 minutes gone so far. Sharks leading 1-0 over the Sydney Scorpions as the Sharks shift it out to the left and bring it back into the middle. A bit of a set-up play here at the moment as we see them looking for a little bit of a static play. Referee looks to have blown a penalty. Sharks not moving forward, and Scorpions will have a recount on the Sharks line. Now a number of players in the Scorpions side, and I'm sure the Sharks side as well, who have played representative levels all the way up to the Australian level, and we'll bring you some updates and some information as it comes. As the Scorpions are on the attack, up the middle of the field, dives for the line, unfortunately can't get over. It's Edward Fong, one of the players who's played at a number of levels from the Manly region in Sydney, as Scorpions still working up the middle of the field. And referee has called, he hasn't quite stepped over the ball, so Sharks have a chance to take it out from their own end. Sharks now on the attack. They'll look to drive it over to their box. Get some fresh legs on. I'm sure some of the legs are a little bit tired after running for 4 days straight. One of the players to watch in this team for the Scorpions is number 10, Dave Roberts. Played at all levels, winning the World Cup back in 2007 in South Africa. A number of other players as well, playing at elite levels. As Scorpions now onto the attack, they'll shift it over towards their sub-box. Great run straight up the side there. And referees called a ball down. So Sharks now with a chance, half-field attack. They'll look to set this up. As you can see, Andy Windsor coming up for all the Scorpions, trying to make that touch, putting some pressure on. Touch made. Sharks looking to go on the attack through Christopher Ferguson, the number 10. Now number 12, Michael Furnell with the ball. Passes it out to Nathan Martin. Quick dump. Scooped off the ground, thrown out to the wing, but can't find their hands. The Scorpions now with a chance to come off their own line. Now, Scorpions through Andy Windsor, flicking that ball out the side, bring it up the sideline. Let's see what they can come up with here. And once again, they've lost the ball in the play the ball. So a couple of errors creeping in early for the Scorpions. And we'll see what the Sharks can come up with as they've almost got a three-quarter field attack happening. Plenty of experience in both sides of this men's 45s grand final. So moving around, Anthony Dudek, the number 5 for Sydney Scorpions, with the black hat on in the middle. Plenty of experience, plenty of speed. Lives and breathes Scorpions and touch football. Technical director, and I think he's also the chair of Scorpions. Sharks on the attack. Touch made by the number 20, Andre Bali. Andre, just a pure touch head, plays across multiple competitions in Sydney. Played against him a few times and just absolutely loves the game, and he's made it all the way up to this level here at Nationals with the Scorpions. Sharks on the attack. Last touch called by the referee. Let's see what they can come up with here. Ball thrown long, back on the inside. Scorpions diffuse any attack, and they will work it off their own line in the back corner, and you'll see them more than likely shift this ball all the way across to pass as the sweeper comes around to really work it towards the sub-box through Roberts. Back on the inside. Ball now with Trin. Ball flicked up. Back into the centre. So Scorpions really need to work it out of their own half. Haven't been out of their own half for the last couple of sets as they just crossed the halfway line. One-handed scoop pick up by the number 6, Chris Benfield. Little step, jink, Passed out to the left, all the way to the wing. Little pop pass back on the inside. Long ball passed out. Over the top, Trin on the wing. And penalty given, so Scorpions will have another chance. See Newt's got the boots on, number 23 for the Scorpions. He's also the manager for Women's Open team for the Scorpions and actually slipped over on the wing earlier in the week when it was a bit boggy in his sneakers, handing some water bottles out. So Newt, all the best down there on the side of the field. And let's see what you can come up with here, Scorpions. Back on the inside, Dudek with the ball. Mr. Scorpions, as he likes to be known. Thrown out to Trin. Trin dives for the line. This will be close. Referees give it the all clear. Point to the spot. Sydney Scorpions level the score through Newt Trin. Let's take a look at the replay. As the ball is thrown out to the wing, have a look at this. Let's have a look at the contact. Corner post cam. And looks good from here. Sharks will look to go back on the attack. It's important for Scorpions to really try and hold them out. Let's have a look and see what they can do. Andy Windsor coming up to make that touch. Big, tall timber in the middle, the number 12 for the Scorpions. Will step back for the Sharks. They'll take that one back to the 7-metre line. Give themselves a little bit of space. Ball stepped over by the number 6. Little step, dives for the line. Never going to get through there. He's also got the safety goggles on. Scorpions looking to work it out from their own end. Ball thrown out to the link. Trin into half. Flick back up. Trin into half again. Flick back up. And they're still working. Roberts flicks it all the way out to the other link. Back into Roberts. Dudek onto the field as well. Roberts into half, onto Dudek. Working up the middle of the park. Dumped by Roberts, steps over to the left. Short ball, just loses it as he dives across the line. Plenty of experience in those two. And Sharks with a chance to work it off their own line. Fresh legs coming on for the Sharks as they get over halfway, just rolling through. Fernell dumps that ball, picked up by Ferguson, back into Ferguson. Dump there, flicked up, back on the inside, the number 11, Craig Schrerer. Looks to have just hurt himself a little bit as he limps back into the defensive line. I think he'll walk that one off. As we see the Scorpions now working it up. They'll take it all the way over towards their substitution area. Roberts taking a heavy hit and straight over into the sub box. Scorpions just rolling up towards halfway. Through the number 11, Edward Fong. Picked up from half. Last called by the referee. And just can't get that one away. Mark Leonard, or Spud, as he's commonly known, down at Manly Touch. And the Sharks working it all the way over towards their sub-box and over halfway. Good defence, good pressure from the number 11. Now, I'm not sure whether that should have been a penalty because the Sharks player actually came from in front of the play the ball. But referee's seen it that way, so we'll play on. And we'll continue on for the Sharks with a reset of 6. Sharks flick it around through Nathan Martin. Back on the inside. Back into Damien Hoffmeyer. Mark Hartley, long ball over to the wing. And in to score is Corey Bell. Isn't he happy about that one? Look at the replay. Long ball thrown by Mark Hartley. And slam down. Corey Bell puts his side back into the lead. Scorps working up the middle through Windsor. Papalia at half. Flicks it back out into Roberts. Keep your eyes on William Chan as well, the number 13. Roberts, long ball out to the wing. Touch was called by the player, but we have a try. Referee points to the spot. And we have a try scored by number 8, Dean Mechuetz. Have a look at the corner post cam again. Roberts out of half, flicks it out. You be the judge at home. For me, looks good from here. And we're all locked up at 2 tries apiece. Just over 6.5 minutes to go. So plenty of action end to end. 2 tries apiece. And we'll see what the Sharkies can come up with as they work it up the middle of the park. Working through number 5. Over to number 8, Scott Eisenhower. Little step from Tumai. Eisenhower. Martin. Over there, dives for the corner. Touch called by the Scorpions. Some good work from Chris Sampson from the Sharks. Scorpions will look to bring it out of their own end. Middle Trin into half, up to Albie. Oh, easy as you can do, Albie. Back on the inside to Trin. Papalia working it through. Back into Papalia. Fong, good drive up the middle, back to Spud. Number 2, flicks it out to the wing. See what they can come up with. Back into Papalia. Back into Leonard. Long ball to the wing. Just a little bobble in the corner and we'll turn it over. But some really good expansive play from the Scorpions. We see the game starting to open up a little bit as the boys start to get a little bit tired towards the back end of this first half. Sharks will look to try and get across the line, at least drive it all the way up to the other end. As we've got a fisherman out there, had half there. The fisherman's hat on. Picks it up. Michael Tao. Sharks. 5th touch called by the referee. I think it's Tua with the ball now. Touch made by number 1, Jeff Gudgeon for the Scorpions. Scorpions again will go on the attack and look to get some fresh legs on. Mark Leonard flicks it out. It's Papalia. Newt Trin playing a good role on the wing. Claps his hands, calls for the ball. Just the meter reader. Now Dave Roberts onto the field. And what have the referees got here? They've just made an incorrect substitution. So they had 7 on the field. Quite often, teams driving to the box. The substitutions just getting a little bit eager, hopping onto the field before those players are off. And the referees have picked up on it. So Scorpions, fix those substitutions and you shouldn't have any dramas. Sharkies get the chance to try and put themselves ahead. Coming into half-time. As we see the Sharks up the middle of the park. Flicking it back through to Furnell with the ball back on the outside. Ferguson. Ball pass back to Ferguson. Picked up quickly. Furnell with the ball. Quick dump. Makes the touch. Really needed to get that ball down quickly. Scorpions were on the ropes. Nathan Martin with the ball. Looks to flick it around but can't quite release it. And we'll see Andy Windsor play the ball coming out of his own end. Roberts back on the inside to Chan. Albie, but they've lost the ball, the Scorpions. Just like, he's filthy as well. Look at him. He's absolutely filthy with himself. Sharkies with another chance. 2.5 to go. Dives for the line. Referees call ball down. So they've awarded this try. Looks like number 3. Nathan Martin with the try. Let's have a look. You be the judge at home as to whether this ball's down. Referee was on the spot. Dives for the line, and great call by our referee. Ball clearly down. Dudek just not getting down low enough to make the touch. Of course, he's always going to ask the question. But excellent call. The referees, as any game, always the sole judge of fact. And they've got that one 100% correct. That's an excellent call. Scorps now will look to try and hit back with 2 minutes to go. Ball's passed out. See what they can come up with. Dump there by Fong. Back to Dudek. Back on the inside to Spud Leonard. Back again. Good little wrap around. Passed around, and I think that one may have just gone a little bit late, that last pass. So Fong thought it had opened up nice and easily for him, but unfortunately, not quite. Oh, I thought the referee may have been blowing a penalty there. Some good play, just sort of lost his feet. And the Sharks working it over towards their sub-box. Nice quick play from the Sharkies. Really working it up the middle of the park. Got just a minute to go. A try here could really see the heads drop of the Scorpions. They dive for the corner. And no, it's no try. Referees have found a penalty. The last pass or the pass before may have gone forward. So no try. Scorpions getting out of jail with just about 40 seconds to go. Can they roll down the field and put one on? Or will they just try and hold the ball and just see it into half-time? 15 came up very quickly. May have been no dummy half there. Ball's flicked out to Roberts. And again, working up the middle of the park. Scorpions need to get some meters on. 20 seconds to go. Back to Roberts. You'll see him call the shots. Flick pass out. He's been watching a bit of footy. And I think he'll be quite happy to see both teams go into the halftime break. Sharks, they'll look to not do anything too silly. Just see the clock out as they make the run down the sideline. Unfortunately, the Sharks players made the touch himself on the Scorpions, which deems that player is onside. And referees have called half-time. So that's our half-time break. We'll be back in a moment. Scores currently Sharks 3, Scorpions 2.
Templeton's are a 4th generation ginger farm. We've been working with Budrum Ginger since about 1941 when they first opened. My grandfather actually bought the first vat for Budrum Ginger to be able to crystallise their first lot of ginger. So yeah, we've got a long history with Budrum Ginger.
Second half action, we are back. Men's 45s, Inferno NTL Grand Final. As Scorpions tapping off. We'll see what they can come up with in their first set. Roberts, long ball, just put down on the wing. Nutrien unable to hold on to that one. He'll be absolutely filthy with himself. Could have put his side back into the lead. Sharks will bring it off their own end. See them working it on all the way over to the wing and over to their substitution area. Back up. Our fisherman, resident fisherman with the fishing hat on. Sure, it's been cleared as the ball is passed back on the outside and back into the middle of the park. Really moving the Scorpions around. Steps, jinks off the left foot, back on the inside, dives for the corner and unfortunately just touched by the number 13, William Chan. Dudek. Papalia. Roberts. Not happy with the no call from the referees. Just held up in the play of the ball. Need to be a little bit stronger in those roll balls. There's a ball now passed into Gary. Mark Leonard turns around, can't find anyone in support. Turns it over, and Sharkies bringing it back just short of halfway. Some fresh legs fan out onto the field. And rolling over halfway. Referee. We may see a penalty. No, the referee said they've made it onside. Dummy half court. Referee John Clark. Been around for a long time. His wife, one of the former elite women referees. And then John Clark thought, you know what? I'm going to do it too. Jumped in. The whole Clark family referees. Alec Clark, his son, referees as well. So all from the Nelson Bay area in New South Wales. So just south of here. As Scorpions onto the attack. Dudek. Quick play. Dumped by Roberts. Dudek into half. Back to Roberts. Thrown out to the wing. Not enough room for Trin to dive. Back to Papalia. Roberts tries to flick on. Can't quite get it on to his teammate. Sharks now bring it out from their own end. As they work it up the middle of the park. The long skins on. That's number 11, Craig Schrerer. Number 3, Nathan Martin into half. Schrerer with the ball. He's doing plenty of work. You can't miss him. Number 13, David Bouveng. Flick back out. Balls with Ferguson. Last called by the referee. Scooped up from half. It's a beautiful ball. Can't quite get it out. And the referees have deemed that ball to be played at by the Scorpions. So they'll have another set of 6. Ball with Ferguson at the moment. Pass back. Ferguson will go down for the quick dump. Nathan Martin in at half. Just trying to set something up. Ball down. And referees deemed that they've lost the ball. Scorpions will have the chance to bring it back. Andre just skips over the ball. Brings it back into play. Menichez. Dudek. Menichez. Roberts. Windsor in at half. It's Willie Chan. Windsor with the ball. Chan at half. Referee's just saying they haven't played that correctly. Didn't go between the legs. May have just put it down to the side. So our referee in the middle at the moment, Denise Weir from North Queensland. Referees from all over the country coming into Coffs Harbour to referee what is the Inferno National Touch League. As we see the Sharks working it up over the halfway line now. Plenty of work from the Sharks. We'll skip across field, almost David Peachy-esque. Ball's passed out, back on the inside, but easily covered by Andy Windsor. Trin at half, back to Windsor. Leonard straight off the back, he needs a rest. As Trin dumps the ball back to Papalia. Chan at half. Ngari over to number 11. Edward Fong with the ball. Ngari picked up from half. Fong just can't get rid of it. May not have known it was last touch. Score still, Sharks 3, Scorpions 2. It's still anyone's game. As the Sharks working it up the left side of the field to get them fresh legs onto the field. Good run from Bouvang. Sharks will look to set something up. Last touch called by the referee. Ball's passed out, just goes to ground. Scorps now with a chance to march up the other end of the field. Ngari with the ball. Papalia. Albie. Flick back out. Referee calls play on. Ball can't quite make it out to Trin. It's just hit the deck. Sharkies with a chance to extend their lead. Half-field attack. Dudek claiming the touch. Ball's away though. Dudek with the touch. You'll see him hop around in defence. Plenty of energy. Eisenhower. To Ferguson. Ferguson into half. Back in the inside for Ferguson. Into Eisenhower. Now ball currently sitting with Martin. And that one was late. Duty. Anthony Dudek looks for the high five from the referee. Referee having no part of the high fives. Roberts. Quick tap over to Dudek. Andre. Now Roberts running up the middle of the park. These are good meters. Mark Leonard. Oh. May have milked that a little. Referee thought so as well. Scorpions, some good meters, brought themselves back up to the correct end of the field for them. Into half, Leonard does the jump, the skip. Doesn't quite work out. Penalty going to the Sharks. That last pass going forward, so some promising attack from the Scorpions. Just got to see if they can maintain that for the next 12 minutes of the game. Sharks working it up the middle. The field brings some fresh legs onto the field. Passed out. Ball dumped. We must be on fourth touch. Currently sitting with Hoffmeyer. Hoffmeyer, quick dump, steps to the right. Flick pass on the inside, can't go to hand. Scorpions play the ball 7 metres out from their own line through Dudek. Andre Barley jumping into half. Dudek, plenty of energy, really trying to drive his team up the other end of the field. Mark Leonard, good runs from the Scorpions, really working it. Ball goes out through Papalia, out to Windsor. Chan at half. Windsor with the ball. Middle of the field, fifth touch called. Chan steps past, all the way out. Papalia just can't get the ball over to Dean Muchez. He was on. Scorpions looking good in their last couple of attacks. A little bit of a high shot from Scorpions. I'm sure no malice intended. Just slipped up. As Sharks working the ball out of their own end. Sharkies looking good in this attack. Ball's played, just slips over. Referee calls play on. And penalty called. Players not quite onside. To be honest, could not really play on from that last play of the ball. It's a little bit scrappy, so good call by the referee. Unfortunately, the Sharks just gifting possession back to the Scorpions. It's tired legs. These guys might have played 4, 5, 6 games over this week. Plenty of energy expended. Ball's out to Trin. Albie into half. Chan, some good meters. Trin picks the ball up. Flick back out. Fong, good ball. Nagari straight out to Roberts. Roberts will call the attack. Nagari will go down. Quick play. Roberts with the ball. Long ball out to the wing. And let's see what the referees come up with here. You can be the judge at home. Ball's thrown out. Caught by Trin. And it looked good from here. Referees on the spot though. We're a little bit further away. No try called. As Sharks work it over halfway. Some excellent play though on the wing from Trin. Last called by the referee. Ball's flicked out. And Scorpions with another chance to really try and drive it up the other end of the field. Sharks having no issues getting up the other end of the field. Scorpions looking good in their drives. But they just need to really, really work it up the other end of the field and play the ball in that half of the field. Mitchinets on the wing, replacing Trin. Ball now with Fong. Dean Richez picks the ball up. The number 12 from the Sharks. Michael Fennell not having any bar of him in the way. Andre Barley, nice run. Quick dump. Long ball out to the wing. Jeff Gudgeon holding onto the ball. And referees blown the penalty, just thrown the ball away. So as soon as sixth touch is called, my mistake. Ball needs to be returned either to the player or to the mark. And that one there just may have rolled a little bit further than we would allow. So referees on top of it in this grand final. As Sharks on the attack. Flicked out. Mark Hartley with the ball. And back up through Ferguson. Out to Eisenhower. Ferguson and Eisenhower calling the shots in the middle. Quick dump. Straight out of half goes Eisenhower. Eisenhower into half again. Throw it out to the wing. And touch judge has deemed foot on the line. Let's have a look at the replay. It's an excellent play from Eisenhower. Great long ball. And just steps on the line there. So some good calls from these referees. Referees looking at upwards of 12 games throughout the tournament. So they've definitely had their work cut out for them. And the referees also looking pretty in pink. First year the pink uniforms have been used at an NTL, and that'll become the referees' uniform nationwide over the next year. Dudek comes out. Thought that player was offside. Always looking for an edge, Dudek. Mr. Scorps. I think his number plate even has Scorps on it. That's how passionate he is about this entity. Sharks now with the ball. Working up the middle of the park. Back on the inside. Flat ball. Scooped up. Last touch called by the referee. Thrown out to the wing. Gudgeon with some good defence. He's pretty solid on the wing. Doing his job. Asking questions of him. Haven't scored down that side this half. So let's see what the Scorpions come up with. Dudek runs across field. Out to Albie. Scooped up. Menichez. Dudek always looking for that edge. Did his foot touch the touchline? Referees call play on. Windsor with the ball. Menichez. Nagari. Fong. Out to Spud Leonard. Back to Fong. Nagari into half. Fong with the ball. Straight up the middle of the park. Good meters from Fong. Leonard with the ball. Steps, Jinx. Fong with the ball. Just put down on the wing by Gudgeon. Line was wide open. lets the Sharks off the hook again. Scorpions asking all the questions. How long will it take for them to get across the line? Sharkies just looking to hold on at the moment. Haven't looked as attacking, but that can change in only a second as working over halfway. Good barnstorming run by Nathan Martin. Nathan Martin with the ball again. Picks it up. Martin up the middle of the field. May have thought those players were offside. So Scorpions get another chance. See what they can come up with. Nagari. Fong at half. Benfield. And Sharks deemed to be offside. So welcome relief for the Scorpions. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Dudek asking a couple of questions of the referees. Roberts with the ball. Dudek into half. Scoops it up. Roberts again. On to Chan. Quick dump from Chan. Roberts scoops the ball up. Waiting for the Sharks to move forward to make the touch. Dudek. Roberts scoops out a half. Touch made by the Sharks. So the Scorpions may just be running a little bit out of time. They would want to score in the next set or two. Hold the Sharks out. See what they can do as the Sharks go back on the attack. Excellent work down the sideline. In the fresh legs onto the field, and penalty awarded to the Sharks. Bit of a hard touch. Dave Roberts asking the question of the referee. That's the Sharks. Touch made by Chan. Ball's back on with Craig Schrerer. Back to Schrerer. Ball passed out to Mark Hartley. Hartley out to the wing. Chase is on. Touch made just by Gudgeon. I think he may have thought that ball was going to ground. He slowed up and just made the touch in time. Kept his team in the game. It's the Sharks. Up the middle of the park. Flicked up. Schrerer looking for a hole, nothing happening. Scorpions still looking to hold them out so they can try and get up the other end of the field. Schrerer picked up, Hartley thrown out long. Ball just put down, so 2 minutes to go. Can the Scorpions go coast to coast and force this game into extra time? Sharks with the ball after that error from the Scorpions. It's about 90 seconds. Sharks may try and shave as much time off the clock. Let's see what they can come up with. Sharks now onto the attack. Fernell with the ball. Ferguson. Ferguson again. Touch made. Into the final minute of the men's 45s grand final. Fernell with the ball. Got Eisenhower back on the inside. Ball played. Eisenhower into half. This is the danger man. Back on the inside. Touch made. We've got 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Scorpions will need to go coast to coast. Andre Barley with the ball. Roberts. Roberts not happy with the treatment given in that touch. Penalty given. Albie with the ball. Time is counting down. It's against the Scorpions. Back to Papali. Fong. Fong dumps the ball. Papali at half. Back into Leonard. Leonard with the ball. Fong looking to open up. Siren goes in the background. And the Sharks have won the men's 45s title here at the Inferno NTL for 2020. Hope you enjoyed watching that grand final. Final score, Sharks 3, Scorpions 2. We'll be back with the next match, which will be women's 30s final between Brisbane City Cobras and the Sydney Scorpions, coming up in around 9 minutes' time.